YouTubers? Ha 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 ha! Freddy here. How y'all doing? Today is Halloween. And I've been watching all of you. All of my children I've been watching do the YouTube videos. So I thought maybe I should do it and have a crack. Ha 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 ha! How long has it been since you have been on Elm Street? 'Cause nothing is the same anymore for humanity. Now, I have something to show you. Let's begin the video. Welcome to Prime Time, bitch!
Hello YouTubers, how you doing? CJ here, not Freddy this time. Okay, first of all, I hope you're all doing well. And as I always do, thank you so much to all my new subscribers. And thank you to everybody who's been with me right from the very beginning. Okay, so, I'm very excited about this video. I've been waiting for something to arrive to do this video, and it has. As the title says, it's an unboxing video. I do have a few things to show you. So I'm going to show you what I have so far in my Freddy Krueger collection. Oh, I like me on Elm Street. As you can see, I'm wearing my new fleece. I was going to wear another t-shirt, but when I was looking at the camera, you couldn't really see sort of like much. So I thought, well, let's try this. And this is my new fleece. I'm going to quickly show you the back. Actually, do you know what? Maybe I'll take it off at the end and I'll show you the back, because it says some pretty cool stuff on the back from the movies. Okay, what's that? Bit of fluff. Okay, right. So, I wonder what it can be. Now, do you know, I'm going to tell you what it is. It is the new 4K Ultra Steelbook version of A Nightmare on Elm Street movies. It's the first 7 movies. Now, I'm a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan. I love the franchise, and I think you'll see why. Now, tell you a little story about this. Ordered it. I saw it on HMV and Zavi, and I was just too late. I was if and having for quite some time, and in the end, I decided to, but you know, it was so expensive, and I want to give a big thank you shout out to my brother from another mother, Rossi, because he's helped me so much, and I really can't thank him enough, really can't. So bro, really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. So when I went on then eventually on HMV to order it, it was out of stock, and I was kicking myself, because everywhere else was selling it for stupid money. You know, they'd already pre-ordered it, and they were putting it on for sale to make their money and make a profit. And it's just wrong. It's unfair that people do that. But hey, that's the way it goes. You know, at the end of the day, they clearly haven't got a conscience when they want to sort of like rip people off type thing, when they are buying things from, you know, these things, and they're dribbling their money. But you know, that's the way it goes, innit? You know, that's life. Anyway, so I ordered it with Amazon.co.uk. Now, I heard from people on some of the Freddy groups I'm on Facebook. They have had a lot of trouble ordering from Amazon, and this was out in the US before it's come out in the UK. So people were trying to order it from the US and so forth, and there's been people who've had it, and there's been a lot of people who've also had some issues with Amazon. I ordered from Amazon.co.uk. I got an email the other day saying that there was a delay and everything. I thought, oh, here we go. And it turns out I'm not the only one who's had issues. And also as well, apparently there's been some issues with Zavi and HMV. Me and my wife was talking about it, and it's like, well, maybe they've sold more pre-orders than they were going to have stock, and maybe they couldn't keep up with the demands, because I know that some orders have even been cancelled. So it's like, well, whoever, basically it's just the pick of the hat really who gets one. So I took it upon myself, and I found it for a perfect price on eBay, and I got it off eBay. I was one of the lucky ones to get it at a really good price, and I mean a really good price. It was 50. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, it was 50 quid extra. Okay, to what I originally pre-ordered it at with Amazon. It was £200 off Amazon, and the one on eBay, the cheapest one I could find was 250 odd pound. So I thought, right, okay, it's not extortionate. They're just making like a 50 quid profit. Fair enough. So I ordered it because I desperately, really wanted it. As a big fanatic, you know. So let's open this baby. Now this came last night, and I was like, oh, gotta open it. I thought, nope, I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'll wait, and I will do an unboxing video. Now, in all fairness to the seller, said he would double it up and double the packaging up. So let's see what we get. Okay. Thing is, right, even if this was like 250 quid, I would have paid 250 quid for it if it was an HMV or Zavi, so I'm not complaining. What I'm really complaining about, I've seen sellers on eBay selling this for like £300, and it's like, what? That's taking the drip, that is. So, okay, so here it is in the Warner Brothers box. Now, a few people have said that there's been damage to their boxes, or some of their boxes, but this seems to be in a perfect condition. So that's a great sign. Great Britain. Okay. Shift 1, line R10, item. Okay, so let's see what we got. Packaging, they kept their word. It's pretty cool. Right, now then. I'm sorry I can't exactly show you me like, oh, do you know what? No, because I'm gonna need another. There's a few things I gotta show you. Just bear with me a second. Oh. So when you open up the box, now what better way to do this video other than on Halloween? Now I'm going to take this out very carefully because I don't want to ruin my white Warner Brothers box, because I plan on keeping it. In fact, I plan on keeping box set in the white box, because there is an old saying, if you look after your things will look after you. Yes, I am very ecstatic right now. And there she is. Oh, there he is. I'm going to call him a he, because he's Freddy. Now, something else that's been noted and said in a few videos, that there are people that's got like dents and scratches to the actual box itself. Now, I haven't taken this out of the cellophane yet, but from what I can appear, it's appeared to be no dents or anything. So no, it appears to be like perfect. So I'm gonna take it out, but I want to find a particular place, because sometimes when you pull the cellophane, it can leave a mark or something, you know, like a pull mark, or it can cause like a dent on like the paper. So what I want to do is I want to find a position where I can... I thought that's going to be the best position. Wait, get my blade. I just make a small incision at the top of the free part, so it's not touching the box. Do it very, very carefully, so there's no pull on it whatsoever. Very careful, you see, very careful. Until it becomes like totally loose. Okay, just checking out the floor. I'll pick out later. So there we have it. Oh, and this raised Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, brilliant! And also as well, like the marks on the tin, like these, where like they're slasher marks. You know what I mean? Where like burns and stuff. Just brings it all out. There's another one, but there. Look, I'm sure there's. Oh yeah, I think I can feel one there on the back. Right, so now I know this is held together with what you call glue dots, which is pretty cool. So what I'm going to carefully do is just carefully take this off. But I want to do it so that there's no markings on the box itself. So bear with me for 1 second. Brilliant. There's no scratches or marks on here, which is absolutely fantastic. Right, so do this so there's no marks. Just line that pass. Perfect. Now, right, so this says there's a certificate of authenticity. So where would that be then? Would that be inside one of them? Because that's what it shows on the back. It shows a certificate of authenticity. So there's the back. So let's take the first one out then. I love how they've used the American artwork. Ah, there's the certificate of authenticity. So, and yes, you've got the 4K Ultra Blu-ray and the standard Blu-ray, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm absolutely loving it. Let me just read this certificate out. So, Nightmare on Elm Street 7 film collection, certificate of authenticity. This limited edition gift set features horror's most iconic villain, Freddy Krueger, in 7 of his most frightening films, with blood cauldron special features and collectible packaging. This 7-film collection celebrates a groundbreaking horror franchise in a one-of-a-kind set. And my number is 0013336. And there's only 15,000 of these. Now, that's 15,000 worldwide. So I am really, really honored right now to even know this. I don't care if it's a high number or a low number or a middle number. The fact is I've got one of these sets and it's the limited edition. Oh yes. Hold there for a second. So show you that again. So you got the Blu-ray and the Blu-ray 4K Ultra HD. So that's part 1. Do you know what? Maybe if I took these out and I can show you the how the box is really. Yeah, let's just move this for a second. Don't want to damage that. Then you've got, you saw it before I did then, part 2. You can't, I don't know how well it's showing up there, but that really, really shines. Really, really shines. So this is part 2. This is Freddy's Revenge. And again, you've got the standard Blu-ray, because there's ones that was released of the steel tin, and it was just the 4K Ultras. But this is the 4K Ultra Blu-ray with the standard Blu-ray. And what's great about these is that all the movies are uncut. For the first time, you're getting the uncut version of part 5, I believe it is as well. And part 1 did get released uncut, and I'll show you that one now because it came out, I think it was last year actually, it came out as a Steelbook Special Edition. And I was disappointed with it because my casing for part 1 on that one was damaged. And I'll show you what I mean now. Then we got part 3, Dream Warriors. What I like about these is the fact that they've just given you the poster. They haven't put any font or text or anything. So you got the full length like of poster. Now I do like the UK versions as well. I wish that, you know, they were like here in the UK, and I wish they would like bring up the UK versions. But I've kind of got that sort of almost covered. Okay, well, on part 3, it just seems to be the 4K Ultra HD. What's happening with that then? Look at that box, because ah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you don't get the standard Blu-ray then of all of them. Fair enough, fair enough. I was thinking that something's wrong, but no, that's fair enough, that is. Happy days. I mean, if I was that bothered and just wanted them on Blu-ray, all of the movies have just been put out in a Blu-ray box set anyway, but I'm not too bothered. Then we have part 4. Sorry, I'm sure I said that this was Dream Warriors part 3, and this one is the Dream Master. This is part 4. Okay, they've mixed something up. Oh no, hang on. Ooh, wonder. Let me just check something. I think I've just stumbled upon something here. Oh, sneaky. So I'm taking you back to part 2 a minute. So part 2, on here you got the Ultra HD, and then your Blu-ray then you've got part 2 and part 3. So on the actual Blu-ray on there you got part 2 and part 3. So part 3 is on Blu-ray. They've just done it like that. That's that's sneaky, isn't it? So yeah, happy days. Loving it. Because on here I was taken back because on part 4, the Dream Master, you've got on the Blu-ray you've got the Dream Master, and you got part 5, the Dream Child. So that's okay, fair enough then. Happy days. All the movies are on Blu-ray, standard Blu-ray as well as Ultra HD. Which means part 5, which is the Dream Child, is the Ultra. I'm really looking forward to watch these because like I said, the uncut version of this movie for the very first time. So happy days. Now, a lot of fans claim that this is like the lowest sort of least favorite, sort of out of the series. For me though, it is my favorite movie out of the whole franchise. Why? It's the very first movie I saw when I was a kid, and I absolutely loved it. And then I saw the other movies, and I loved them too, just as equal. But I think what I really love about this one is that I'm a big fan of slapstick comedy, and that's kind of what this sort of film blends in with everything. My favourite movie, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Woohoo! So on this, you get the Blu-ray, the Ultra HD, and then on there, then you get Freddy's Dead and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. And yes, you've got. Oh, they're cool. The 3D glasses for Freddy's Dead, which states Freddy's Dead on there as well, which is pretty awesome. I'm sorry for any reflections. I should have said that at the very beginning, shouldn't I? So yeah. So on the Blu-ray, you get Freddy's Dead and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Brilliant. And hey, Alice Cooper as Freddy's dad in the movie. And then, last but not least, you have Wes Craven's New Nightmare. So I am chuffed to bits. And the packaging is very, very cool. Literally, very cool. I am a little bit disappointed that they didn't include Freddy versus Jason in here, because that would have, for me, that would have like sort of like completed, you know, the whole thing. But I am very, very stoked. I've been excited about this for quite some time because, well, ever since I saw it for pre-order. Why didn't I pre-order it straight away? I do not know. Now, I don't know where this one came from, where the seller on eBay got this one from. But there is no imperfections whatsoever. Everything is mint. Truly, truly mint. And for the sellers that are trying to rip people off by paying, like buying it for 200 quid and selling it for 300 upwards, I hope you can really sleep at night, because, you know, I know there are dealers out there and so forth, but you really are making it difficult for those who cannot afford like £300 to £400 from, You know what I mean? I think it's ridiculous. 250 quid would be, for me, the most I would pay. And to sell, there are some sellers on eBay that are selling it for around 250 quid. I know that, again, you know, it's a little bit thin because they're making 50 quid on it, but I think it's just how the collectors world and the dealers world work, you know what I mean? But, you know, 250 quid, I would happily pay 250 quid for this, and I did, and I'm glad. So thank you so much to the seller on eBay that sold me this, and for packaging it spot on very well. You will be left fantastic feedback. So thank you so much. But and thank you to my bro for helping me with this as well, Rossi. Really can't thank you enough. This is really a set to treasure. I absolutely adore it. The embroidered sort of like, what do you call it, raised sort of like text and font is just absolutely stunning. And the effects as well with the birds, because obviously it's Freddy, absolutely just finishes it all off perfectly, you know. Let's see if I can turn this upside down without the back I want. You know what I mean? There's a bit of the skin there and what have you. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It really is. And I really, 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 really couldn't be happy with. Just noticed something as well on the spines. At the very top, they got these like markings, these like scratches. They are always, you know, the number of the film is like a Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5, Part 6, Part 7. You know, I think it's absolutely stunning. I really, really do. Warner Brothers have really gone out of their way with this, and New Cinema Line, and just heaven. I cannot wait to watch these movies. On the certificate of authenticity, I will put back inside Part 1 where it belongs. I am so thrilled. So thrilled. So thrilled. Oh. And yes, I am going to put it back in here, but I'm going to do it so right, I'll sort that out later. I know exactly what I'm going to do, but for now, let me just put the set in its white box. Well, I'll put it in it that way a second. And I'll put that on there like that. Okay, so now I've got the rest of my Freddy collection to show you, but I want to go back to last year, 2024. They released, for I believe the 40th anniversary, I think it was, they released this Warner Brother box. If I open it, they brought out this Ultra HD, and on here, this is I believe it's for the 40th. So yeah, you've got one of the most intelligent and terrifying horror films of the 1980s. 4K Ultra HD Ultimate Collector's Edition special features includes both theatrical and uncut versions. Ready Freddy focus points, see alternative takes, and learn filmmaking secrets behind the nightmare by jumping to video highlights, watching the movie, 2 commentaries, and so forth. Includes 4K includes featuring 4K and Blu-ray. Says about the Spielbook, a 24-page booklet, and so forth. So, you know, it's pretty cool because it like gives off like VHS sort of like feeling to it. But what I was a bit disappointed when I got mine, and the thing is, this again was on a pre-order and they sold out pretty quickly. So actually there is a difference, because on this version they actually put the title of A Nightmare on Elm Street. My case was really broke at the side, so I don't know if there's any way of like fixing this. But by the time I think they'd all sold out, so I couldn't like sort of like complain about it at the same time. So the inside's like cracked here. I don't know where that's picking up. So I'm gonna be very careful when I like close it and so forth, because that's come away now, that love. See, I'm gonna be very careful. And you know, just like what we got in there, I think, you know, the 4K Ultra and Nightmare on Elm Street Blu-ray. So, you know, that's the thing. I'm gonna be very careful. I mean, I've seen these on eBay, even though they were limited. I have seen these on eBay, but I don't think I want to pay silly money for one. I'd like to. That bugs the hell out of me. See, that does. Oh. Anyway, there's that, and then obviously with it you get the some little goodies. So the goodies is it's a poster, I believe. You see, I haven't really taken it out since the first time I watched it because of I don't want to damage the case even more. So what they've done here is, which is pretty cool. This is the poster it came out in the US, and then there's a rare poster for it which came out in another country. So it's double-sided there. Then you've got you got some postcards with it. So you got that one, which is Marge, Lieutenant Thompson. Alright, so it's the same design on the back for every card, okay? So you got one there of Tina. Glenn, which is actually Johnny Depp, his first feature role. Nancy. And of course the Master of Masters, Freddy. And then you've got the there's my certificate of authenticity. So there were 27,400 released. This limited collector's edition celebrates the 40th anniversary of one of the most original horror films of all time. And my number is 02023. So then you got a book then basically telling you about the movie. And some cool photographs. This is all Israeli photographs. There's no text. I thought it was a book. See, that's how much I've forgotten about it because of the damage to it. It's kind of put me off, so I don't really get it out at all. Which I know that may be a bit silly, but the damage really puts me off. You know, and like I said, I pre-ordered it with HMV. When it came, well, it was already sold out by the time, you know, I got mine, you know. So the way I looked at it is, you know, are they really gonna have any more in stock, you know, to actually, you know, change with, you know, and stuff like that. So I am really disheartened, but what can you do? It's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, in hindsight, maybe I could have like taken it up to my local HMV and said, look, you know, I could put that in the middle, but you know, I mean, they might have given me some money off it. I don't know. I don't know, but it's too late now anyway. I mean, if I ever saw one going like dead cheap, then yeah, maybe I would get it and replace it because it bugs me that much. But poster. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm actually going to take this off and show you. Well, the back isn't anything really, to be honest. But let me just take the top off here, and you can see what I mean about the VHS thing. It's got the Warner Brothers sort of symbol. But again, that wasn't the UK cover either. So the UK covers are, completely different to the other covers. And in there. So I still keep it in, obviously, the Warner Brothers box. Just like I'm going to keep with the box set. The new one. Right, so I've got some more things to show you here, some more cool things. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start off with the standard DVD box set, okay? I've also got some other stuff, like I've got a glove to show you, I've got my mask to show you, I've got some t-shirts to show you. Yeah, so this is just the standard box set. But you do get 8 discs for this, right? You get discs 1 to 7. So from A Nightmare on Elm Street to Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Then you got disc 8, which is an all-new Fear himself. The life and crimes of Freddy Krueger. A look at how Wes Craven's killer creation enchanted throughout the powerful personality of actor Robert Englund, became Hollywood's most popular, deadly, and iconic monster of the last 30 years. Documentary, welcome to prime time. The Libeth weave through the interactive environment and unlock the franchise mysteries. Unabridged clickable index of the disc context. I think that's for more PC and stuff like that. So you do get like a documentary on there, which is pretty cool. Now, these are all standard ones, right? Where you get like the you got the 2D version, for instance, of Freddy's Dead. Let me take that out next. I keep something else in here as well. Now, they're all the same sort of designs. So, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you got the bonus one then. Now, I've got a bit of a plan for this, okay? I had, growing up, I had all the original VHS tapes, the UK first editions. I'm talking about the big box tapes. Now, that particular videotape or what have you, they're selling for like silly money on eBay, and I just can't afford them, basically. I'd love to have them in my collection again, but I can't afford them. However, they're just the standard versions. So what my plan is for this, because obviously, I will watch my Ultra HD, but like a go-to type thing on a regular basis, because obviously I want to look after them as well. On like a regular basis to watch, I'd probably pick one of these to watch. So I'm still going to keep these, but what I got a plan to do. Those of you who've seen my other YouTube videos will know that I love replicating VHS covers and putting them into DVD formats. And I do it so that they don't look stretched or anything like that. They look spot on. So I'm trying to look for full scans of the first UK VHS releases, so I can replicate, and I'm going to put them in individual cases. And I'm not going to copy. I'm just going to take the discs out of here and put the discs in the individual cases. So I've got a complete collection. It's more like sometimes box sets and having separate DVDs afterwards. Like after this box set, I'm going to show you Freddy vs. Jason. You know what I mean? So I'd love them to be all in order, so they look nice and everything else like that. Yeah, don't get me wrong, the artwork for this is pretty cool, but it's just nostalgia, memories. The artwork, see, played a very big the artwork of a cover, whether it's a CD, DVD, VHS, vinyl, cassette, whichever, it plays a big part in the collection, really. So some of you might be looking at this thinking, really? But any true collector will know exactly what I'm talking about and will understand. And finally, I got a friend. Finally, I have asked a few people on eBay if they wouldn't mind scanning in the covers. I've asked a few people on Facebook groups. Thankfully, I have found somebody who said that they will sort it out for me. So I'm really, really praying on that. Also, I want to give a big mention, a big shout out as well to Lee Reese. He knows what he's done for me, so thank you so much, my man. He's also a big Freddy fanatic as well, so happy days. So they're all the standard versions. Now, Freddy's Dead in this is obviously the 2D version, but I used to have another box set years ago. It was an American box set, not the UK. It don't matter to me because all my players, my Blu-ray players, my DVD players, they're in multi-region anyway. I kept the Freddy's Dead out of the set, and this is the 3D version. And I also kept the glasses. Now the glasses for the set, it didn't say Freddy's Dead on it. It said A Nightmare on Elm Street. So I kept those, and I keep it in this paper sleeve, and I keep it at the back of this set. But of course, when I get the individual cover, you know, for the UK, what have you, I will, excuse me, it will be put in its case. Probably be like a double edition where I put the 2D version with it as well. So I keep it in the back of the case. It doesn't cause any damage to anything. It's still protected. So there we go. DVD 8, what I will do with the DVD 8, I will create its own case for its own cover for that one. Okay, so that's that. And then we've got Freddy vs. Jason. I think this is a pretty cool film. I really enjoy it. I watched this the other night. I'm going to double check to see if they have brought this out on 4K Ultra. I'm also going to change the case as well, because this is a clear case. That's cracked, and there's nothing on the flip side, so I'm going to put this into another case, I think. I've actually got a red double case, so I'm going to change it into that. Now, then, you've got a documentary. Now, this documentary, if anybody wants to know any information about the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, or the actors, the making of it, and the ins and outs, the whole 9 yards, try and get hold of this. Never Sleep Again. Now, okay, I know there's Blu-rays available, what have you, but again, price-wise was always up in the air for me, so I got what I could afford at the time, and of course my main collection is DVD, which is another reason why I'd love to get hold of the scans of the original UK releases, so I could do my own versions and sit down with my collection nicely. This is Never Sleep Again, the Nightmare, the Elm Street Legacy. Now this gives you everything. You won't need to watch any other documentary if you've got this, because this is almost 4 hours long, and it gives you every bit of detail. You see footage on here as well, like from when they made Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. You see they actually did a funeral for Freddy as well, which was covered by the media, and you see little footage of that on here as well, which is absolutely awesome. But all the actors are interviewed, who was in all the movies, the making of every movie, the makeup effects, the artists, the makeup artists that were involved with the creation of the masks, or the makeup, should we say, because it's not a mask, it's makeup. Every one of them is in here, giving every bit of information about the franchise. You hear things like how the mask was, how the design for Freddy was created, and the inspiration. You hear Wes Craven, talking about how we want to put the film together. You hear everything. With this DVD in your collection, you don't need to watch any other documentary on the Nightmare on Elm Street films. So literally, and this is a double DVD. Disc 1, you obviously got the feature presentation and the filmmaker commentary. And then disc 2, you got the slashed scenes, extended interviews with cast and crew, horror, hallowed ground, return to Elm Street, which is a feature, expanding the Elm Street universe, Freddy in comics and novels, A Nightmare on Elm Street in 10 minutes, and so much more. So this is an absolute must-have for any Freddy Krueger or a Nightmare on Elm Street fan. Literally, this is a must. Now, you've also got a little trailer on here as well for I Am Nancy. Because not many people, I was speaking with, funny enough, I was speaking with my friend Lee the other was it last week, on Facebook Messenger, and we were talking about it, and he never really knew about the existence of Never Sleep Again. But more so, Never Sleep Again 2, I Am Nancy. Now, this is quite difficult to get hold of now on DVD. It was always quite expensive, but I found it for the bargain price at like 10 quid, so it was like, oh, gotta have it. So, Never Sleep Again. I did have it on Blu-ray, but it always bugs me if I've got something on DVD, like part 1, like I've always had this on DVD, but then I saw part 2 of this on Blu-ray for like a £5, and the DVD was ranging between 40 and 50 quid. And I was like, what? You'd think the Blu-ray would be more expensive than the DVD, but there we go. So I reluctantly bought the Blu-ray, and then only the other week I saw this on there for a tenner. So I was like, yes, gotta have it. So I'm really, really happy. So yeah, Never Sleep Again 2, I Am Nancy. Then the other DVD I got to show you then is that one there, Nightmare on Elm Street. That's the 2010 remake. Yeah, we all know the story behind that. Okay. Just for the collection, you know. Okay. Now something else I got to show you on as well. Besides the movies, there was also a series done called Freddy's Nightmares. Now, again, I would love all the original VHS covers for that as well, because there was 44 episodes that was done for Freddy's Nightmares, and there's been a few released on video with some double features, but not all 44 episodes have never been released officially. They've all been broadcast on television, but nothing was done officially on DVD for all 44 episodes. The official DVDs that have been released contained, I think one contained 16 episodes, I think it was. And I think a Blu-ray was put out as well. Again, that only contained 12 or 16 episodes. And that's quite a low number out of 44, you know. However, there have been many bootlegs going around over the years on DVD box sets and so forth, and Blu-ray box sets. And I bought many of them, and they were really, really bad in quality, because I guess they tried fitting so much onto one DVD and one disc and everything like that, that the quality become distorted. Now, I did get this Blu-ray set. I got this out of somebody who was selling it on Facebook. And this person was involved. I'm not going to mention any names, but this person was involved with the people who was doing the box set. And at the time, I was like, wow. Now this contains all 44 episodes, including a bonus disc of unreleased extras. Discs were pretty cool in design as well. However, there was an issue with the menuing, because you didn't really know when you were pressing next for the next episode. The other thing that gets me is really there's no play all feature on you, and every time you press select for an episode, it goes to another screen, and then you got to press play. You know what I mean? Just give me the option to play all or something, something basic. But the quality. I've only watched the first DVD, the first Blu-ray disc, should we say? I never really watched the whole entire 44 episodes. I did bung in the extras, the bonus disc, which is pretty cool. When I was playing this though, I decided to take it out a good few weeks ago now, and I decided to just randomly pick the last disc of the series, and I found that this was supposed to be remastered from TV broadcasts. I knew that they were going to be putting everything that was released on VHS. They were carefully remastering everything frame by frame. And the first disc, like I said, is perfect. It was great. But then obviously I think if I watch disc 2 and disc 3, I'm going to find what I found on disc 4. Because I found out in disc 4 that there were many episodes that were out of sync, for one. There are clips that don't match up. There are lines where they've been recorded, transferred from an old VHS tape. They were in pretty bad quality, to be quite honest. And I was like sat up and I thought, I've had this box set for years. Why on earth didn't I watch all of them when I first got the set? Why didn't I binge watch all 44 episodes? I kind of regret it now. Something else I found as well, because I do know the original order of the Nightmare on Elm Street series, Freddy's Nightmares, for all 44 episodes. And when I was looking at it, I was like, no, something's wrong here. And I felt a little bit funny with disc 1, because it was something that didn't really make sense. But I just thought, oh, whatever, it is what it is, It's unofficial, so I can't really say nothing really, to be honest. It's there. But when I was watching disc 4 the other night, I was like, I'm very disappointed in the quality. Plus, when it was shown on television and it came back from a break, it was quite quick. You could tell, it wasn't edited very well as far as I'm concerned. Being an editor myself, I wasn't impressed at all. And the massive Sky One logo on the bottom, and I was like, oh. So I actually did go on to see if I could find the person I got this from, but he's no longer on my Facebook, so I'm guessing he's deactivated his account or whatever. And I actually paid quite a bit of money for this. I paid it was 90 odd pounds or something. But there was the way that it was being sold, it was like the best of the best of the best. You couldn't get any better than this. So that's why I was really excited about it, but I am not impressed. So, I'm talking to a few people on a few forums, and I got chatting with this fan who explained to me that he had got every episode of Freddy's Nightmares, all 44 episodes, and he bought them from the original film company, and he had them they'd been transferred from VHS tapes, but they were from the original transmissions from the company. So there's no logos on the screen at the bottom or the top or anything like that. There's no issues with zinc or anything like that. It's just VHS quality because that's where they're transferred from. So now this person paid a hell of a lot of money for for this series, and myself will also buy in programs and movies and so forth from TV companies because they've never been rebroadcast or released on VHS or DVD or anything for home viewing. I know how expensive it can be. Believe me. So we were talking, and I'm not going to go into full details, but let's just say I ended up with them. Yeah, I ended up with them. And I'm putting my own set together. And I looked at everything, and all the episodes are all in the correct order. I've checked all the episodes. I've gone through every one of them, and every one of them is perfect. So, yeah, I'm putting my own version together. And okay, it's DVD. I'm putting 4 episodes on each DVD, except the last disc of the sets. The last disc of season 1 only has 2 episodes on, and then the same with series 2. But they're all together in one box set. Now, I haven't finished these yet. Now, these are a bit dark. These are because of my printer, like this. I haven't finished these yet because when I was halfway through putting them all on DVD, my computer decided to crash on me, and it was to a point where I couldn't recover it. So, or should I say get it working again. It was actually a hard drive failure. So, I mean, I've had the computer for many years now. But that my drive is being backed up as well. So, I do have another computer. Thank you to my other brother from another mother, Darren, who I'm going to be sorting out and connecting up. So, I'll be resuming to complete this when I do it. I'm also doing this for another. I'm actually doing this for not only myself but for my friend Lee as well. Okay, because from one Freddy fan to another, it's a must. And what I love is I've been able to put the episode names of each episode, season 1, season 2. A brief introduction, info about the series. And it does say on you that it's a fan-made DVD because, I mean, yeah, I put it on there to make it look authentic, you know what I mean? Make it look nice in the collection. But it isn't being sold around anywhere or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm really happy to be having that done. This one, yeah, it's, like I said, the first disc's okay. I am going to check out the second and the third disc. I'm going to look, and you know what, I may just give it away to somebody who just wants it for, however many episodes. Okay, what else have I got to show you? Okay, where do I start first now on this lot? Okay, let's start off small, yeah? A little Freddy Krueger wooden figure there. And then I've got my Freddy Krueger pop. Pretty cool. And then I got my Elm Street sign, which is still sealed. I haven't even taken it out of the seal. And not a bad price at $6.99 from HMV. Oh, I'm throwing everything out. Oh. So that's my Elm Street sign. And then I've got a mug, still in this packaging. Official Warner Brothers stuff on the back there. Then my other mug, which is my favourite. Might see if I can get another one of these so I can use for drinking out of as well. And then I have, I got 2 t-shirts to show you. So this is one that my wife got me a few years ago now, and it still fits. This is from, that still is, as you can tell, Dream Warriors. It's behind as well. That's my fault when I was getting out of the drawer. And then my wife only recently got me this t-shirt, and this is one of my favorite t-shirts because it's got my favorite film, Freddy's Dead. She was out shopping and saw that in Asda's and was like, oh, I'll get in there. There's done some pretty cool t-shirts in Asda's recently. Okay, next. Okay, show you this. Now, I don't have the original vinyl, but I do have the downloaded version, which I put the CD. This is Freddy's Greatest Hits, the Elm Street group. It's like a novelty sort of album. It's not available on CD at all, but I done a download. I'd like to get the original vinyl, but it's a little bit expensive at the moment for me, to be honest with you. And I've just done this version, which is pretty cool. I have seen the original vinyl on a site that's very, very cheap, and they do ship to the UK. But when my wife went to pay it via PayPal, nothing was happening. And she's the type of person, she doesn't like put her card details in and do it by another way or anything like that. I wish she would though, because I really want the album. And it was the website was so cheap to the point where I bought an Elvis album, an Ozzy Osbourne vinyl, which I don't have. It's not like a major one, but it's featured in one of his World Detour things. It was a good compilation album. So when I saw the price of it, I was like, oh my goodness, yeah. So I put up 4 or 5 different things in the basket, and then I think it worked out in my money about £40. I thought, oh, I can do that. So, but when she went to pay for it, it just wouldn't let her pay for some reason. So I'm really gutted on that, really gutted. But anyway, Nightmare on the Street CD. Okay, so let's show you the mask. I turn it inside out. This is a silicone mask. I turn it inside out for it to breathe. These masks are very, very expensive. I'm just trying to work out, see what mask this is. I'd love to get a Dark Ride mask, because his masks are absolutely out of this world, because he replicates them to the particular movies as well. But these masks, brand new to buy, they're like from £500 upwards. They're very expensive. And, you know, we can understand the quality of them. They're made to last. And I've had this now for, oh, goodness me, I don't know how many years. I've had this mask for. I didn't pay £500 for it. I actually won this on eBay, and it was like 200. The figure that's coming into mind is £253 something. I think it was like 29 pence or something like that. But it's really good quality, lovely and durable. Like I said, I've had it for years, and yes, every Halloween I dress up as Freddy Krueger. Okay, so let's take this upside down. I think this was done by like Trick or Treat Studios, I think, or Hollywood Studios, or is it FX Effects? I can't remember, but it's in America. I remember at the time going on the website, and it was like £570 to buy, and it molds to your face. I mean, at the very beginning of this video, I didn't have it done 100%. Makes I only have a certain time to do this video, so I wanted to get it all in. I didn't even think about what I was going to say, so I just, you know, tried my best from the cup. The only issue with this mask is, like sometimes when you're drinking, because obviously you don't want to damage it, so I actually drink through a straw when I'm wearing this on Halloween night. If I'm giving like a lager or something like that, I'll have a straw. Get drunk quicker from a straw, but because I'm gigging tomorrow night, I can't really drink tonight, so I'm not on that. But it goes around your neck. You can get more full-on ones that comes over your chest as well, and your back. But the detail on it is pretty cool, and I do love it. If anything would happen to this one, I would have to try and find. I'd have to try and find another one. Okay, so that's my Freddy Krueger mask, which I keep in like a plastic bag, wrapped up in a nice box. Obviously, got the jumper, so like the rips to it and everything. I don't have an original brown dirty hat. I've had a few cheapy ones, but they've not lasted. And this one's a proper tidy hat, but it's black. But you know what? I do wear it. You know, I've kept it a little dusty, so it's like giving that oldish effect type thing. You know, try to do the best I can with it, but there we go. The glove that I use is actually a Ruby's glove. I've had a few gloves over the years, but you know, I found this one the best sort of like value type thing. It is pretty good, it's pretty durable as well, and these are in good quality. Now, I mean, it is a bit like thick, I will give it that, because the original ones are more close together. Like, but that's plastic, and the reason why I use plastic is because obviously I don't want to take a risk in hurting anyone, you know. But what I do have, actually, I'm going to show you this. This is a 3D picture. Now I keep this stood up in here, because also in here, in front of this, I keep this. This is an original replica of the Part 1 glove. Where you've got the pin, because somewhere along the line it was cut in the original movie and they actually put a pin in it. So when I got this, there was the pin in here. Now, you've also, let's see if I can take this off. Gotta be careful, see. Gotta be careful, because these are sharp. Well, they're blunt, but you know, they're still sharp. You know what I mean? See, I go like that with them. You know, I'll be fine. They are blunted, but you know, they can still hurt someone if you do it like full force or what have you. Might be on Elm Street. Now, every glove you get for these, they come with what glove they are, and this is the Part 1. Now, I paid only £80 for this. And the reason why I only paid £80 is because it didn't come with the original box. But you know, I absolutely adore it. I was close to winning a Part 3 glove on eBay the other day, but just become way out of my price range. So that's the original. No, I haven't done it yet because I've got to do it back up when I put it back on the stand. But I, you know, the one thing though with this is that this finger here, it doesn't line up. And I've seen many YouTube videos with people who's having the same problem. But it don't matter to me because it's not a glove that I wear to go out with, you know what I mean? I don't go to a Halloween party with this on, because if you do catch somebody, you know, you can do a bit of damage, you know? But I would love them to do like maybe a Ruby's glove like this, so that they're not so far apart like that, you know, so I can, you know, really maneuver it, you know? And this is pretty cool. You know. But there we go. And I put that in that big case I just showed you with this behind it. And yeah, I think that concludes my Freddy collection. Oh, I do have this. Let me take this off. I do have a t-shirt on underneath, so don't worry. Let me show you the back of this. Oh. Don't take the mickey out of my hair. Your hair'd be flat if you wore a hat for a while. So, there's the back. And it gives like, welcome to prime time. Miss Me, which is from Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Come to Freddy. What's that? How sweet fresh meat. And obviously it's got you know, like photograph stuff from the movies, like there's the TV scene there from Part 3, the phone and everything else. So yeah, it's a pretty cool hoodie. Now I'm not really a big fan of hoodies, although I've been really warming up to them recently because, you know, I like the material that they're made out of. You know, I do like the material. Although I never wear the hat. I never wear the hat. Looks like I'm going bald, doesn't it? I'm not going bald, it's just the way my hair is parted because the fact I'm wearing a hat all the time. And that's the thing too. This is a Cobra Kai hat because I'm a big fan of Cobra Kai. But I'm going to be getting a Nightmare on Elm Street hat next. Why I haven't already, I don't know. So, I'll put that back in a second. But yeah, so that is my Nightmare on Elm Street collection so far. I do intend to hopefully find a proper hat. I do intend to hopefully find the LP for this. There are other soundtracks as well available for A Nightmare on Elm Street, which I do have downloads of, and I am going to put my own CD together of all my favourite songs from the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and I'm just going to call it the very best of A Nightmare on Elm Street. And obviously I'll design my own cover for that and everything. But at the moment, what I find frustrated, and I find quite odd, the original 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab a crucifix. 7, 8, better stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again. I wonder why they didn't do 11 and 12. I have to think something up for that, won't I? Anyway, that rhyme there, on all the soundtracks, the original version has not been put out. And I don't think it's been put out on any of the soundtracks, if I'm correct, because I've been trying to find it. It's not on any of the soundtracks I've got. It is on Part 2, but I think the one I got is it's an unofficial release, and I think it's been like pasted and copied where it's like been made, and the versions that are on YouTube are all from like the 2010 remake and stuff like that, and I'm just no, I'm just not digging it. You know what I mean? You want it from the original movie. There is a version that I am currently editing. Well, I will do when I get this computer sorted now. Currently editing to be for it to be closest to the original version as possible. I'm sort of like eliminating background noise and stuff like that, and I want to try and do it so it's complete. And what I might do, I mean, don't get me wrong, that because it's the theme, the ones that are on YouTube are okay. I mean, maybe I'll use the original one to start the CD, and maybe I'll use one of the other ones to end the CD, if that makes sense. I mean, there's some pretty cool tracks on the Nightmare on Elm Street series, like Running from This Nightmare, Dream Warriors, from Freddy's Dead, you've got like, Why Was I Born by Iggy Pop. Some pretty cool tracks, but this is what I mean. I'm just picking my favorite songs that I like, because I love the 80s, and I love the 80s like rock and so forth. So I'm going to be very selective on what I pick, and because I'm a very selective person, I'm a very fussy person when it comes to music, although I do love a bit of everything. So I'm just going to pick my favorite songs, and I'm just going to put a CD together, and I may just call it, yeah, like I said, it'll be like a Nightmare on Elm Street logo in the middle, the very best of up the top, Nightmare on Elm Street logo in the middle, then underneath, maybe, I don't know, if I pick, say, 25 tracks, maybe I'll put like 25 great recordings or whatever. I'll do something anyway. So that's my plan for that, and I think that will be complete then until I find any more releases. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't look it, but we are decorated for Halloween. Not the background, but in the front there are all my pumpkins. I got my Let's Get Spooky sign with the television there, and out of the passageway we've got like a forest, like a Halloween forest. I tell you what, I'll show you. So this is our like Halloween forest backdrop. All of our Halloween stuff here. Obviously it's not switched on yet. Right behind our door we got Aggie, the witch, and it is a full scale mannequin. My wife Kelly did do all that. She put all this together. It was her idea for the forest, which is absolutely amazing. Let's see over here there. It's all in magic potions and so forth. So yeah. Let's go back where I was. Okay, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a fantastic Halloween. Now, Halloween is my favourite time of the year. A lot of people say for them it's Christmas and everything, but okay, I like Christmas. Am I a big fan? No, not really. I like Christmas, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not a humbug. I do like it. I think, for me, you know, I just love Halloween more than Christmas. Anyway, so whatever you're doing tonight, I hope you keep safe. Until the next time, take care, keep well.